Today I'm going to be bringing you a very quick guide on how you can successfully beat Kang-Jin Loong, the boss here in the third chapter of Black Myth Wukong. This is a particularly challenging boss, so I wanted to give you my tips and tricks on how you can do this. But first of all, I just want to show you what I've got equipped. For those of you that know the game well and can see this by sight, feel free to skip to the next timestamp for this. For the others, I'm going to go through this very briefly. Firstly, we've got the Wind Bear Staff. This one you do get pretty early on in the game. It's got decent damage, and you've also got a bit of increased crit rate there. This is really good. Also increases your unveiling strike of the Cloud Step, which is nice. This is used a couple of times during my version of the fight. For the vessels, I've got the Wind Tamer. This one is really good. It is from the secret area in chapter 2. This is really useful because it slightly increases damage reduction when you've got it equipped, but on top of that, it will actually knock this boss out of the air and allow you to do some free damage on it for a while, which is very useful and can really help you to do a good chunk in there, which is really, of course, what we need. Then we've got the Wandering White equipped. The reason for this is, of course, he's very cool, but if we have a look here, you'll see that he actually increases defense, and this is by about 30 points once you've got him equipped. Mine is level 3, and on top of that, it will do a very decent amount of damage if you manage to hit the boss with it, about 500 to 600 at level 3. So definitely have this guy equipped. He's really useful, can knock the boss over, and gives you a defense increase as well, so it's great. In terms of the armor, I've got the Gale Guard Beast mask on, so this one is one that you'll get pretty much in chapter 2, but you can have one of the actual unique masks on if you prefer, because the set I'm running is actually only a 3-piece, and it is this Ochre set right here. I think that's how you say it, Ochre, something like that, which is decoy and duplicates are cloaked in yellow wind, granting them considerable damage reduction. So for this, we only use Cloud Step that this actually made sense for, but the armor itself is pretty good in terms of defense, so that's what we're running. In terms of the talismans, trinkets, or curios, they're actually called curios in this game, but I know people call them different things. We've got the Tiger Tally. This one is upon successful hits with the light attack combo, moderately increases attack for a short duration. And then we're also running this one here, which is the Agate Jar. This one moderately increases defense. Both these very useful. You could go for more crit damage if you really want, but I think the defense is super important, and the increase of attack with light attacks is really nice, as that is the bread and butter of your attacking here in Black Myth Wukong. If you are interested in the current skill tree that I've got, I'll leave this on screen for a couple of seconds and I'll go through each of the tabs. I'm not yet saying that this is the most optimal skill tree. I'm still working out what's good and what's better, but these are the things I currently had equipped when I beat the boss. So if you're wanting to follow it a little bit, or maybe tweak some bits and bobs that you've got on your own skill trees, feel free to go across and pause any of these sections if you want to have a good look at them. Obviously, we're only using Cloud Step and we are using Immobilize. We didn't need to really use Strand, but we did use Transformation a little bit as well, so feel free to have a look at those if you want to. So during the Kang-Jin Loong boss fight, there is going to be a few things that you need to watch out for. Of course, learning the mechanics is going to really help you. So he does the attack right near the beginning where he'll grab you in the mouth and pretty much one-shot you by biting you and then throwing you on the floor. Try to avoid this. I use Cloud Step to avoid it in this gameplay here, which does really help. And you want to freeze him with Immobilize pretty much any time his head is near the ground. This is going to allow you to get a decent amount of hits, and you should be able to do a full light attack combo with this. Now, what you want to avoid doing is using your Pluck of Many, as this will drain a lot of your mana and actually not net you that much damage versus this boss, because his hitbox is actually quite hard to connect with, so making sure you avoid using that spell is great. I did use my Transformation because I'm using the Fire one right now, which is really good against this boss, but you can avoid using that as well if you'd prefer to just save your mana for all of your immobilizations. Now, like I say there, the bread and butter here is Immobilization, light attack combo, and then you want to, of course, use your heavy attacks once you've built up enough focus for this. For me, I was using the Pillar Stance one. This was really effective. As you can see, it actually managed to knock down the boss when I got a critical hit on it when I hit him in the head. So that was actually really good, because that gave me another light attack combo plus another charge up towards my next heavy attack. So this was a really good burst of damage. But it's also really effective because it puts you into the air, and because this guy is flying, it's going to be much easier to hit him on the way down rather than shooting across or trying to slam the ground. So that has been my best stance. Definitely the Pillar Stance for this fight helped me the most. You of course want to dodge the lightning attacks, and for my personal preference when he was doing the big lightning attack, so not the one that is just 3 bolts onto the ground, but the one where he does about 7 or 8 bolts. I actually unlocked target lock from him to be able to see the floor a little bit better here. You do want to dodge roll out of the range of these every single time, otherwise they are going to hit you, and they are very, very high damage. They'll also give you a bit of a stun, so often you can get hit by more than one in a row if this does happen, which can reduce your HP by quite a significant proportion, so make sure you're dodge rolling out of those. Other than that, you are just going to want to make sure that you're trying to dodge all of his attacks. Once you've played through this once or twice, if you don't manage to complete it, you'll probably learn the mechanics for that. And you're going to want to play around getting that immobilize off, getting a light attack combo, charging up your heavy attack, hopefully if you've got the 2 focus slots available, as you can see on the bottom right there next to the stance emblem. Once they're both activated, doing your charged heavy attack is going to give you a considerable amount of damage, and like you saw earlier in the gameplay there, sometimes can actually knock the boss down as well. Once you get him into the second half of the health bar, he does become a bit more quick with his attacks. He does a lot more flying around, so you are going to have to be a little bit more patient and really playing for those light attacks when you're coming in. What you'll see me doing is just generally light attacking when I know he's not going to do an attack, he's just flying around, because that will charge up my Curio for giving me an attack increase for light attack consecutive hits, if I do manage to hit him, which I'm getting a few hits as you can see. And then often the final finisher of the light attack combo will jump in the air and hit him, and that will actually connect with the boss because he's doing a jump attack again. So this can be a really nice way to get a nice bit of attack down and build up your focus towards that heavy attack. Don't forget, of course, you can hold the heavy attack button in order to charge it if you really want to do this as well, but you have got to make sure that you've got enough stamina to be able to then still dodge roll, because this does consume quite a big amount. On top of that, if you are really struggling, as you can see here on screen, you could throw in some potions. These are very, very useful, depending what you've got unlocked and what you've got the materials to craft. You could do something that increases your max stamina, like the tonifying deconcoction here, or you've got the longevity deconcoction, which is maximum health increase. We've got the Ascension Powder. This is all actions cost no stamina for a short duration. We've got Amplification Pellets, critical hit chance increase for a long duration. Ginseng Pellets, which is upon use slowly grants focus points for a short duration. This is pretty good, but it's not really that useful in this fight in my opinion, but entirely personal preference there. And then the other one that I think is really good for this particular fight is the Evil Repelling Medicament, which is of course in considerable increase to damage reduction for a long time. It's going to be super helpful in any fight that you're in, so if you are finding it very hard indeed, try using these because they might help you out as well. So that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully it does help you to complete this boss fight and get yourself well into chapter 3. It is pretty difficult, and I think it's obviously designed to be like that, but it is really good fun and very rewarding when you do actually complete it. Hopefully this helps you to get to the point where you complete it easily. If you've got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments down below, and other than that, I will catch you again very shortly in a brand new upload, so take care and peace.